here. I was giving a talk about how my great-grandfather faked his death. So it's good to be back on topic. My name is Matt Ellis. I'm CEO and founder of Cloudability. We also have the buoys. They're awesome. When you get your funding check, go see Turnstone and get your office kitted out properly. What we do is we make sure that when you're using the cloud, you're making money. Using the cloud is a completely radically new departure from 50 years of IT discipline. For 50 years, it's been a good idea to bring all your stuff into one place, to buy it all from the same vendor, to integrate it, and most of all, to plan the spending up front. You're buying hardware, software, and people, and you need to persuade the CFO that this is the right thing to do. So everything's paid for up front, and all the economics that follow after that are, it's kabuki theater. It's trying to replicate the real world economics by having some kind of chargeback that makes you behave right and use that asset and those people in the right way. But the marginal cost of using it differently is very, very small. I'll give you an example. If you think about your data center like a factory that makes pencils, there are three inputs: wood, graphite, and paint. You own the forest and the graphite mine. You pay Bob and Bill to dig up the graphite. You pay John to chop down the trees. You're paying them a salary, whether you make one pencil or 1 million. And when you throw the graphite or the wood into the ground because you couldn't sell those pencils or they were just made wrong, the marginal cost of those raw materials is very, very negligible. Now you start buying the graphite from China for $10 a pound or $1 a pound or whatever it costs. When you throw that graphite into the ground, it is a cash cost. And throwing less of it into the ground is very important. And suddenly you're finding your boss is on your back because there is a cash cost to it. Instead of paying for the tractors and the forest and the mining equipment up front, you paid for it years ago, now you've got to pay for it today, and it's an ongoing cost. So we help you get control of that. It's a really important idea if you're going to make the most out of the cloud, and it's one that's driven our business quite fast. So we'll be 3 years old in April. If you're in Portland around then, please come to our superhero birthday party. Every 3-year-old's got to have a superhero birthday party. But as you can see already, so we've been selling this product for a year. We have over 6,000 companies. This is our PR's grasp of math. We have over 6,000 companies using our product in over 100 countries. Together, they've spent $800 million on the cloud. And this is a very fast-growing set of spending. I think last month our customers spent $55 million on public cloud alone. That's about 15% of what we think Amazon got as revenue last month. That's our group. We have an offsite. That was the one we did last week. We do them every 6 months. And we help Amazon primarily because that's where most of this stuff is, but we also help anyone else. If you're doing Microsoft or Google Compute or SendGrid or Rackspace or Heroku, we do that too. And how do we do it? Well, we gather up all your data, all your cost and usage data into one place. We're really good at cat herding. We follow the money. So particularly in medium and large companies, account departments say, we're not going to pay this expense claim or this purchase order unless we see the account number in Cloudability. So if you've done that first sweep, Bob turns up on Monday, he starts buying one of these things. The first time he submits a claim, he gets sent back politely, told to open up a Cloudability account. He does it with his Acme Corporation email address. He gets added to the group automatically. We get all this stuff. Engineers are now held accountable for simply turning off what they're not using. It's a really simple process. All they've got to do is make sure that the amount of waste is very small. And managers are held accountable for a different discipline. Before, you had a budget. We used to hear this all the time a year or two ago. We spend $10,000 a month on Amazon or Azure or whatever it is. But that doesn't work. If your business grows, that bill should go up. And if your business recedes, it should go down, which is the opposite of what finance want you to do. So you need to get your head around how much it costs X per Y. We spend 49 cents per month per free user. That's about $6 a year. And it's very clear what the economics of a free user are. We know the conversion rate, we know the value of a converted user, and if I get a bill for $100,000 of free users, that should bloody well better mean I've got 200,000 free users or someone's job is on the line. Similarly, I'm not going and bugging my IT guys every time the bill comes in at $200,000 or $100,000 because I can see that the unit cost is static. Finally, the really hard bit is dealing with your board and your investors and persuading them to pony up $1 million to $2 million, say, So you can make a down payment to Amazon to get a discount for the next 3 years. This is called reserved instances for Amazon. Microsoft do their version, Google about to do theirs. And it's about making a bulk commitment to get a unit price drop over the next few years. To do that, you need to know quite well what you're going to be spending. If you do it wrong, you can be stuck with too much of the wrong raw material for your computer business, and you can't use that particular device. So we do all of this. We just make it easy for you to deal with a very volatile world that's expressed in dollars and cents. And the simplest example I can give you of this is when we started the company, I had a few other things going, and I forgot about them. It was $248 a month. Didn't have time to deal with it. This summer, I finally got to it. 4 Saturday afternoons, I got the bill down to about $45 a month. So $248 to $45. Doesn't seem like a lot of money, but if I'd done it 2 years ago, I would have paid for a holiday to Hawaii. $1 an hour is $6,400 a year, and this stuff really adds up. So it's a good idea to get a hold on it. We have a completely free version, free forever. It sends you a daily email, what you spent yesterday, guarantees you never have a surprise on your cloud bill. And if you are running a business that's spending more than a few $1,000s a month, you should consider one of our paid products. But I know people said we had to pay money to sponsor it, but we're hiring, so come see me afterwards.